Hey everyone.
Hello.
Happy Wednesday. Hope you're all having a great day. I'm Matt, community manager here at Switcher, joined with Asia, CX specialist. Hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. Today on our live stream, we're going to be talking to a brand that's not new to Switcher, but is newer to live streaming and e-commerce space. So we're going to get their thoughts on Cartr and how it's helped over the past month or so since the release.
And,
And
yeah, and if you've not heard about Cartr yet, it is an awesome tool that we just rolled out recently that is connected to your Shopify account, and it allows you to like display items that you're live selling within Switcher Studio. There's like a whole tab dedicated to it. It's super cool, and it's a very like seamless process to setting it up if you've not done it before. And we're really excited to talk about how this guest is using this tool to make amazing live streams.
yeah, and I'm sure a lot of you live streamers are probably already using their products. We have Dave from iOgrapher. Dave,
There he is.
good day. How
Hello,
are you?
everybody. Good
Welcome.
morning to you all.
Is it? Oh, it's still
Thank-
morning there, isn't it?
Yeah, thanks for waking me up early. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
sorry.
Well, this is almost nap time for us here.
Sleep's overrated.
So we have Dave from iOgrapher here. He's a mobile video expert. Dave, why don't you tell us a little bit about iOgrapher, a little bit about your story, because I for one would love to know more about Rocky 5. So.
Oh my gosh. Okay, my downfall of my life. So I was a high school media teacher, and before that, I was in the movie industry. I was an actor, as you said, in Rocky 5 and a lot of other movies. Check out my IMDb if you want to know. And then became a producer, worked with Mel Gibson's company, worked for Lifetime Television, executive producing, gave it all up to get into teaching because that was a crazy rat race in the film industry. Became a high school media teacher, and won many awards, and saw that the students would get more things done if they started to use their fancy new mobile devices like iPads and iPhones. And so we started to use them. I created this case called the iOgrapher. There's a sample of one. And we did a Kickstarter. I got mentioned in Forbes magazine. I was on the New York Times, the teacher who wanted to revolutionize video. Little did they know I just wanted to make a lot of money and quit teaching. But it was a great, great experience. So flash forward 9 years, we've got all these great products that we sell all over the world. Steven Spielberg's a user, the Boston Celtics. We just did a deal with the Clemson University football. So it's a lot of fun. Mainly like moms and dads across the country and schools across the country are like our bread and butter. So we're thankful for all of them. And it's a little company. It's a testament to the age we're in. It's my wife and I doing everything out of our little area in Southern California. We make all of our iOgrapher cases here in Southern California. And it's definitely been a life-changing event for me.
I didn't know it was just the two of you.
That's amazing.
I had no idea. That is so awesome. Hey, if you are watching either live or after the fact, you can put questions in the comments. If you are live, we're going to do our best to answer those questions after we ask a bunch of questions. So please drop those in the comments. But also, we're doing a giveaway. Dave, well, I'm not doing a giveaway. Dave, you're doing a giveaway.
Oh, what are you giving away, Matt?
I'm giving away crisp high fives. Yeah, anybody who can get here and get this right
Come on,
there.
give away a new gaming PC or something fun like that. So I'm going to be giving away our Cartr kit, our beginning kit that you're going to be able to use with Cartr and with Switcher Studio. Everything you need to just start doing some great stuff with the app. And we're going to give that away today. Well, not today, but you can enter today, I should say. And this is all of it. I'll explain all of it a little bit later. And that's kind of what it is. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So if you ask a question, comment, you'll be entered into a randomizer, and we'll talk more about this at the end. And we're going to choose a winner next week. So, Dave, you recently started live selling. Why were you motivated to try live shopping for your products?
Well, going back many years, I was an original Switcher Studio user back when it was an app called Rico Live Multicam. It was mind-blowing to me at the time because I was able to use these little iPads that I had in my classroom, connect them over Wi-Fi to one master iPad that was my switchboard And prior to that, I had gigantic switchboards that you ran HDMI wires, or not even that, SDI wiring into these big broadcast cameras. We were stuck in the classroom. I remember one time we tried to do it on the football field to try and do a multicam shoot, and we had run tons of wire everywhere.
Wow.
And at the end, right when we started, we kept getting this error message that there was not enough electricity running
Oh, no.
where we were
Oh, no.
to power all of this. So it was, we ended up just filming on its own with, and then coming back and doing a multicam edit. It was a take forever.
Right.
I never did it again after that.
That's
and
crazy.
then Switcher now allowed me to pair up all my iOS devices that we had in the classroom and do live switching on the fly, and then to go out to Facebook. And that was huge for us because my students had many families, members across the states or wherever they were. They could now chime in and see little Johnny's football game or Sally's track meet or whatever we did.
Right.
And then that turned into, hey, let's do it for the school plays and band and all that kind of stuff. And it was just such a great, simple thing. And what I loved about it was seeing the kids use it because it was intuitive to them. They understood these devices. I didn't have to teach them all this camera jargon. And they knew that I just press this and that, and it's all intuitive, and that's easy to do. And so that was how I got into using Switcher. So I was hooked. Then I saw I always thought, God, there could be a way one day for us to be able to do a home shopping network that wouldn't cost you $1 billion, because if you do the work to get an audience, so whether you're doing lead magnets or whatever, and you've got this Facebook page filled with people, why not start selling products to them? And I've done it in the past where I've demoed new products. This is our new microphone we've got today. If you want it, here's the link I put into the comments, and blah, blah, blah. And so that's a little, it works, but it's a little jumbled.
A little clunky,
and then, so I didn't really get a lot out of that. So then I started to look at other apps that were coming into the market that kind of did what I wanted to do, but they were not, their apps were not well done. And they certainly didn't allow me to do multicam stuff with graphics on the fly and all that kind of stuff. So then, lo and behold, I am surprised by my friends at Cartr that, hey, we've got this little thing called Cartr coming out. Do you want to try it out? I'm like, what? Where's this thing? So we did it, and we've had some great success with it. We've done 3 streams now, or I shouldn't say we. My wife would never do this.
You did it.
So I have done 3 streams now. But I did do the homework first. So I went out to 40,000 people on my Facebook channel. So I had an audience there.
Right. How did like all of that experience of you being with Switcher before it was Switcher, and having all of your broadcasting experience inform the way that you used Cartr, which was like a new app or new tool for the first time?
So something that so Cartr is able to, so what, people don't know what Cartr does. Cartr works with Shopify. So if you're a seller using the Shopify platform, whether Shopify regular or Shopify Plus, which I use, you can just add it on as a sales channel. So you might have Facebook, you might have eBay, you have your normal online channel, and then you add Cartr as a channel. And a really, really simple thing to put together and get it started. One of the things that Cartr does is it allows you to put in a link, not a link, but a little graphic to a product that you may be talking about. And then people can type in, for example, cart 100 in the comments. It'll start a flow to get them to click on and buy it seamlessly through Shopify. So it's a no-brainer how it all works. One thing that I had to get around was that Nick, CEO Nick of Switcher, told me, Dave, you're not going to like this, but we've seen that if you shoot vertically, and Cartr can be done vertically or horizontally, same with Switcher Studio, of course. If you do vertical video, it's getting more views, and it's just a better way. And being an old film guy,
It's just weird. It's still weird to me, honestly. I
was
vertical was like not
cringing.
it. Yeah,
Like, why wouldn't I want to see this beautiful
right.
widescreen?
Exactly.
But you got to go with the stats, the analytics, and so we've done it, and it just has been a game changer for me. I
That's
think
awesome.
I don't know if you did a graphic, but over the last
No graphic.
2 live streams, we did about $2,200+
Wow.
so
Oh
for
my
an
goodness.
hour of
That's
my work,
amazing.
an hour of me being on the live stream, I'm
Right.
doing 100 an hour. So I'd like that, or 1,100 an hour. I like that job.
Yeah,
Right,
absolutely.
right. What a great job.
So now Switcher and Cartr are brilliant because now I'm hooked.
Right.
And I see that it works. So I'm planning, I was going to do 1 a week. Now I'm thinking about 2 a week, maybe 3 a week.
Mhm.
And then just keep going
That's so
into
great.
it. So it's been a really big game changer for me.
And your wife wouldn't do it with you?
She won't come in. She won't even. She's in another. We have an office in our garage, and she's out there doing.
Be as
Whenever
far
I'm
away from it as
live,
possible.
she doesn't
Not
want to
even
be
like a hand
around here.
model? Like, not even like a hand
Oh
model?
yeah.
No.
You come in here for a second. No.
Hold this for me. No.
Yeah.
Hey, would you talk a little bit about the setup process for Cartr? Like, do you have any insights you want to share with how the onboarding process worked, or like any info you'd want to give to new users?
Yeah. So Cartr is, like I said, a sales channel. If you go into your Shopify apps and just type in Cartr, it'll come up as a sales channel. You download the app to your, I forgot, it's like a 2-week free trial. I don't even remember now. But
Yep.
what was nice was that Cartr had a big page full of everything step by step of what you need to do, which is
Awesome.
what Switchers done their whole lives,
Yep.
of explaining things really simply and how everything works. So once I added it as a sales channel, I added a new account to it. So I made a separate account than my normal live streaming account. And that I think it was like $49 a month, but you get a free trial. But don't think of it as another app you're adding for $49. Look what I made already.
Right.
So it's worth its weight in gold. And then from there, it was just simply connecting making a collection in Shopify of what you want to sell on the show, and then having that collection ready to go, connected in the Cartr app on Switcher Studio. Really simple to do. And then a little hint, a power tip for you guys out there. You could duplicate products to make a new collection and then change price
That's
and whatever.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
I like to use, if you're a Shopify Plus user, unfortunately, that's the only one you can use it with. There's a thing called Launchpad that allows me to do sales for a specific amount of time. So and for a specific channel. So I would make a new collection and then add what I wanted. It was only going to be on Cartr. So no, you can't go Google search it and find it. It's just on Cartr.
Yep.
And then once I do the launch pad saying I'm going to launch it today at 11, it's going to end tomorrow at midnight, and we're going to give you a 50% discount. Everything's done for you, and
That's
it's
nice.
a great workflow.
That's great.
That's really cool. Well, as an expert streamer, I just am very impressed with like all the things that you've done. Can you kind of talk to us about like the planning process for your first few live selling streams that you've done?
So the first one is comical because
Can't wait.
I had an 11 o'clock on a Sunday every Sunday. It's called Sunday Shopping with Dave. Because
Perfect.
I'm narcissistic and I want my name and everything. And so I did this thing for the first Sunday. It really was a tester. But I realized that most of my graphics that I had in Switcher Studio, which incidentally has a thing called Switcher Cloud that connects through a browser on your desktop, and you can just drag in elements that you want: video, audio, stills, whatever. So I was getting all that ready, and I'm like, oh my God, everything is widescreen. So I was going to do them the Saturday before, And as I told you too in pre-show, I'm a big video gamer. So my guild asked me to come and play.
It's important.
It's very
It's
important.
important. You
Priorities.
can't let them down.
So I had to go in there and play, and then I was too tired to do anything, and I said I'll do it in the morning. And I woke up late. I knew I had church, and I knew between church and the show, I had a 30-minute gap. So, boom, I jumped into Canva, which is one of my, and being an Adobe education leader, I know all about it, how to use Photoshop.
Awesome.
But I was like, I don't want to use Photoshop. I want simple stuff. So
Right.
Canva, for those of you out there that haven't used Canva, it's a little graphic editor, lots of templates, do all your own stuff. So I just made a 9x16 and started to bring in old photos and pictures of my products and using their templates, and I made like 20 things in like 10-15 minutes and dragged them into Switcher Cloud, brought them into my iPad that's running Switcher for my switchboard, for my main switcher, and everything was ready to go, and I was ready to go.
Perfect.
So the first show went fun and went off without a hitch, but I was a little rusty. I hadn't done lives, like I said, in a year. And I was a little rusty, but everything went great. I love my new set, and it's permanent, and I love it.
That's
so
super
it's great.
nice.
Is there anything from that first one that you learned, like how to do better the next time? Like, it seems like we're about the same. Like, we're like, I'm going to go live now. Let's just go live. And then you're like, you're like minutes before.
100%. I mean, it's as far as technically everything was sound, but doing some kind of pre stuff. Like I said, I've got something like 40,000 people on Facebook and 59,000 on Instagram, and so there was all this like social media stuff I should have done early. Because sometimes I think, oh, I'm just going to go live and they'll find me.
They'll figure it out.
Right.
But and sometimes they do, but not all the time. So, so doing more social, in a week in advance kind of thing. This is what this week's show is about. We've got like an 80,000 person email list that I want to start sending email stuff out to them. Let them know you have any questions. You don't have to shop if you just want to ask questions.
Yeah,
come and
hang out. Right. It's kind of like a both and.
Yeah, and that's really the big thing about my shows is I like to come in with a mission in hand. I'm not just turning this on and using Cartr. I'm bringing in a story for the day. We're going to talk about filming sports and how
it's
you
like
can
a
do that
multifaceted production.
Yeah. The week before we talked about lenses that you can use and filters. With your mobile video, maybe you're just out there filming and stuff, and you want to, do stuff like that. So I want to educate and then give opportunities for discounted products at the end.
Yeah, that's great. And I think it's really important, and you kind of mentioned this, like just being yourself as well. Like things you want to talk about, go ahead and talk about them. Like have an agenda and a plan for it, but like just be yourself, because that's what's going to keep people coming back to watch you. Even if they're not buying something, they're going to buy something eventually. I'm sure that they will. So.
Is there anything? Sorry.
Go ahead.
Well, is there anything with your experience using like Cartr on the Shopify end and then using the Cartr tab within the Switcher app that like you've learned, or like are there any like helpful tips that you can give to people as you've interacted in those two spaces to use Cartr?
Just that I noticed from the second and third streams I did, I kept the Cartr thing, the tab on my screen longer, and I kept mentioning, remember now, if you want this, just type this in the comments.
That's good.
And before, that's a good point that you brought up that I missed. At the beginning of every show, I let them know that we're going to show some products here that are getting great discounts for you only on this channel.
Yeah.
You want exclusivity.
Right. Makes them feel so special.
It does.
Makes them feel special. And then I let them know this is how you do it, because you really need to explain to everyone this is how it all works. You can never assume that people will get.
Even if you've said it 5 times. Because you also know, like, when someone, like, people don't always join right at the beginning. They may join after you've already had your explanation.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And what's beautiful about Switcher is that they integrate all the comments in the Switcher app. So I have that on my iPad right there running. I see all the comments that are coming in. And last week I went out to Facebook for the main show, but I also did a multi-stream cast and went out to our YouTube people.
Oh, nice.
And I had people on there. So I was able to answer all these questions and let them
Yeah,
know
that's great.
if you want to buy these things and you're on YouTube, you really got to come over to the Facebook app to let that work. So really, really easy to do.
That's awesome. So if speaking of just joining us, if you're just joining us, please ask your questions in the comment. We have a time here at the end, or here in a bit actually, for Dave to answer them. But you want to talk about the giveaway a little bit?
Yeah. So, Dave, if you want to show all the awesome things that you're giving away, he is giving away an iOgrapher Cartr kit, which is so awesome, to one lucky streamer, one lucky commenter for a stream, not a streamer, from Facebook or YouTube. So make sure you ask your questions in the comment section, and then you can be entered into this giveaway. And then we're going to close the stream. We'll close the stream to entries around midnight tonight and randomly choose a winner with our handy randomizer and announce the winner early next week.
And that's midnight Eastern Daylight Time for those watching not in Eastern Time. So yeah. Go ahead, Dave. You want to talk to us about what you're giving?
So I was just going to say that this is the kit that you will get. That you can put your phone in here. It's got a nice ring light to make you look beautiful. And then with your phone, you should have gotten a little adapter like this that allows you to plug in headphones or whatever. And so you're going to use that to plug in your lavalier mic. So now you've got great audio, you've got lighting, you got your device, and then our tripod here is great for tabletop. Or you can. I've seen people put it around cabinets and stuff, like the handles on cabinets, because it's completely bendable.
That's nice.
That's all you need to do. And then, since we're talking Cartr and we can go vertical, we're going to throw in this our best-selling device called the multi-mount for mobile phones.
Nice.
And what this does is it'll replace this part here. It'll screw into a tripod here. And now, yes, you have your phone vertically, but in the back here, you can twist it and go you go from horizontal to vertical on the fly.
Nice.
And start doing it that way. I use these all the time with my setup, so I can go back and forth from widescreen to vertical video.
Yeah, I have one of those. They're great.
An extra little prize.
Yeah, an awesome giveaway.
Awesome. Hey, we do have some questions from our viewers.
Okay.
Here's one right here. Do you have a rig that works with routers like Netgear Mobile Nighthawk?
As far as mounting them, I'm wondering if that's what they're asking. As far as mounting the router on top of the rig, I do know some people use the Netgear Nighthawks, and they somehow put a thing on the bottom of them that will allow them to do like a cold shoe, an accessory shoe, and mount them on top of the rig. So what you would want to do there, I'll bring it up here in this camera. So this is an iOgrapher case for mobile phones.
Yeah.
And I know the Switcher gang uses them as well.
Them right here too, yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. Look at that.
So I'll go back to my overhead shot. And all you need to do now is grab your phone and pop them in here like this, with or without encase. And there's your phone in there. Now on top,
so great.
You can mount your Netgear, or even on the sides, we've got quarter 20s here that you can
so cool.
do like a grip or something that will hold it there for you. So you've got lots of options using that and mounting. I've seen people mount 4 GoPros across here. It's like or more phones on top of here. So it's pretty fun with the people, how they get creative with stuff.
That's so cool.
That's great.
Has iOgrapher seen a shift in the type of products sold when vertical video came along? Another question asked.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So, I mean, one of the big things it's interesting because I saw years ago that people were doing these Instagram stories and things like that. This was before TikTok. I mean, TikTok's blown up a lot of stuff.
I know, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's like I'm not ever going to go on TikTok. Here I am on TikTok. One of the things that was a fun not planned thing was on all of our cases on the handles. I always include extra quarter 20s here. So I'll move over here better.
Yeah.
So the reason I did that originally was if someone wanted to add an arm out here to put more lights or something, or maybe you want to put your GoPro out here or another phone or whatever. So all of our cases come with an extra quarter 20s on both handles. So what's good about that? Well, now you just have to mount
It's
them.
like you knew the future or something.
No.
I don't know.
Forecaster over here.
I'm right like twice a day, like a clock.
No, like you're an influencer. This is it right here. It's because of you.
So this has been, and then like I said, the multi-mount, like this. So this is the multi-mount there. So that allows us to go vertical or horizontal on the fly.
That's awesome.
It's really, really simple to use. And
So
then
cool.
just mount it on a tripod and get going. But yeah, it's definitely shown us a lot that people are wanting to do vertical stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of social for vertical stuff. And so, yeah, I mean, if you see behind me, I've got a Seven Samurai, which is one of my favorite movies. Anyone out there seen Seven Samurai? Give me a thumbs up in the comments. And it's beautiful widescreen movies, and I'm old and I like that. But the new generation is vertical video.
Right.
So you can't fight it. So
right.
I cater to both.
That's awesome.
But yes, we've seen a lot more into vertical. So
are you able to show us your studio setup?
Would that be a little messy right now, but
okay. Well, I think that's normal. I mean,
I would like to invite you to my Sunday stream. So every Sunday I'll have one on this Sunday at iOgrapher.
Yep, and that's all the socials you can add iOgrapher, so you can see
at iOgrapher. Yep. So Facebook, you'll see me, and I do show at the beginning of every show. I show you how I have it all set up, from the mixer I use to the lighting, how I have all my iPads and my iPhones set up. I do a 4-camera shoot, and then I actually even grab my new iPhone and I show you how I connect easily to Switcher as another device. And I think last week I used, and something, this is a little throw out there, but what I love about Switcher is that it has a thing called Switcher Cast. So now I can bring in my screen and show someone an app demo.
Right.
I can bring in my computer screen and show them a PowerPoint. So it's really simple to do all that on the fly. So yes, I do. Please visit us, and I do giveaways on my channel too. So at iOgrapher on Facebook, you'll see that.
So 11 a.m. Pacific.
11 a.m. on Sundays, Pacific time. Yeah.
Perfect. A question that we can answer real quick before going back into questions is, someone had asked if you had to pay additional money with Cartr, even if you are like an existing subscriber. But the Cartr subscription plan is the same price as the standard plan, no additional cost. However, they do include a percentage of sales depending on if you select studio or business plan. Our support team can get you or help you with your Cartr subscription setup. Just shoot us an email over at support@switcherstudio.com. I'm getting all tongue-tied today. And we'd be happy to help you walk through the process.
Yep. Cool. Thank you. Dave, do you all have anything to magnify the iPhone for better resolution?
Absolutely. I mean, we sell, and I don't have them handy here, but if you look at my 2 streams ago on Facebook, or just send me a message, I'll help you one-on-one. But 2 streams ago, I did a whole live stream about using lenses and using filters. So we're the reseller, we're the distributor for the US for a brand called Case Lenses, Kase. And these lenses are cinema grade glass. They have a 3x lens, they have a wide angle lens, they have a super duper telephoto lens that I don't have here, but it's like a 300 millimeter lens.
Wow,
They
that's
sell
amazing.
they have the case that you put on your iPhone and screw on the lenses.
Oh,
I mean,
that's great.
That's cool.
fantastic. If you're outside shooting, we sell a lot of filters. So maybe it's a little
there's
rainy
one.
that day. You can have a filter that you can put on out there to cut down the glare. If it's super bright, there's neutral density filters to block out
Wow.
sun. So lots of options. Anything you could do kind of with a DSLR, you can kind of do with these lenses. So it makes your iPhone just 10 times better, or iPad.
That's awesome.
That's so great. Yeah, looks like we're getting a video here. Are your products available in the UK? Sorry, I jumped ahead of you.
No, you're good.
That is a great question because we do have a distributor in the UK. If you go to our website on the top, there's a link to all the distributors that we sell to. But we also now have international shipping.
Nice.
So
nice.
you can, if you go in there to any product at the checkout page, if you have a foreign IP address, non-US, I should say, not foreign, you can, it'll ask you for international shipping, and then it'll take you through that whole thing of how to get it. But we do sell worldwide, and it's amazing.
That's
When I
awesome.
see the places that people are buying from, like just all over the planet. I love it.
That's awesome. Can you reiterate for everyone one more time when your iOgrapher Sunday show is and what it's called? All the
It's
details.
every Sunday at 11 a.m. I've made a
Perfect.
commitment to myself, Pacific time.
Pacific time.
Yep.
Cool.
But I'd love to know if there's a better time. If anyone wants to let me know, because I'm adding a second show, and I'm thinking about later in the day, like a 7
Capture a different
p.m.
audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, just different audience and see what that's like. You never know.
Perfect.
Cool.
Yeah. So one question for us to answer before we move on to our last question. Do I need to own Switcher Studio to use Cartr? So all you're doing is like linking your account. So if you're new to Switcher, then you will create a subscription or, subscribe to Switcher Studio and then link Cartr to it. But if you already have Switcher Studio, you just need to like link your existing account.
With Shopify,
Yeah, with Shopify, exactly. All you would need to do once you have Cartr set up is to make sure, if you're new especially, is to download the Switcher Studio app to your whatever iOS device you're using as your switching device.
Great questions, everyone. We do have one more, and it kind of leads us into our next segment.
Perfect.
Will there be a selling segment example from iOgrapher today? And the answer is...
There might be. Let's just see.
Yes, the answer is yes.
Okay, the answer is yes.
Fine. Just because you asked.
We'll give you a little deal here. So I don't know. Are we ready to go into that?
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yep. Go for it.
All right. So the first one that we will show, and I'll go overhead, was just so you know, no phones are included in this deal.
Oh.
I know. I wish I was wealthy enough to give everybody a phone, but I can't. So the basic bundle that you would need to get going, live streaming on Switcher. This is it right here. It's 20% off right now. It's got 3 pieces right here from the Lav Mobile that you would plug in for great audio. It's got your ring light to put on your phone, and it's got your tripod here. And if you pick this up now, we're going to throw in the multi-mount for mobile phones.
Awesome.
So that's how all the Home Shopping Network do things. So I want to be like them. And today,
cool,
you get this. We're going to throw in 5 pieces of bacon more.
Say what?
Big deal. So if you put that in, so all you need to do in the comments is type in Cart100. I can follow on our end and know where you purchased from, and then I can just throw this in for you to have this as well. This is really all you need to get rolling and going with all of this. If you have some products of your own already, like a tripod and things like that, you can certainly just pick up the multi-mount for mobile phones, if we can bring that one up. It's only $12.95 right now. Cart101.
Great price.
If you want this, Cart101 in the comments. It'll take you through the whole process of checking out with that. And this is what it looks like once again. You can put your phone in here. You can go from vertical to horizontal on the fly. On top right here, it has a little mount that you can put on. Whoops, I dropped something. You can put on an extra light here if you want to. I mean, there's all kinds of accessories
That's
that you can
awesome.
do.
So cool.
Or a microphone or whatever, and you're
Mhm.
ready to go. So that is that's the multi-mount for $12.95. Cart 101. And then we do have the Lav Mobile, I believe. Was I smart enough to put that in there, Dan?
Yes.
Yay!
So the Lav Mobile microphone for $29.95. Cart 102. Great microphone. You can use it with your DSLR or your Android or iPhone or iPad. It works with all of them. So it's a
Awesome.
great sounding mic. You can also, if you go to YouTube at iOgrapher, look up the demo we did with it with not having any audio and then having audio microphone, I should say. You can completely see a big difference.
Yeah.
So there's that option as well. And then if you really just want something really awesome to give to somebody, the little ring light, people just love this ring light, and it makes me, I mean, being a big guy, I don't like to walk around with a little ring light like this. I don't like what people say about me if I have a little ring light. I'm not that.
Oh, it's so cute.
Yeah,
It's great. I love it.
It's really super cool. It's got 4 levels of brightness. Sorry, and people just love how they look in it, and it's simple to use. So that's Cart 104 on that. And then last but not least, if you're interested in our case, this is the iOgrapher multi-case. Like I said, it can pop any phone in here like this. And there you go. And now you're ready to go shoot and start making videos just like that. So that's the multi-case, and that's Cart 103, I believe.
And these are all, the sale on these is only for this live stream, correct?
Sale on these, just to let everybody know, is going to be until Saturday.
Okay.
This coming Saturday, which is July 1st, 2nd? July 2nd?
Second?
Yeah. The 4th, right? So July 2nd at 11:59 p.m. Pacific, it'll be over.
That's awesome.
So take advantage of these now. I do not do 20% off deals like this until like Black Friday. So
getting in on a special deal, really everyone.
Once a year, so
early Black Friday.
Yeah.
But if you do come to our show, we do on Sundays, then you will take advantage of different sales items each week, and you get to ask me questions if you need any one-on-one question time with me. So I'm always there for answering questions.
That's so great. Cool. So hopefully you all bought a bunch of those, because those are all super awesome.
Oh my God, it's going off the ringer.
We want to break your record. That's what we want here.
We're here for you.
That's right. You want to wrap us up?
Yeah, sure. Well, thank you so much, Dave, for being here with us today. You have informed us in so many ways, and it's really cool to hear your experience. And I don't know, it's just really cool that you are so willing to teach people and answer questions. And I don't know, I just think that's awesome. So thanks for being here today on this live selling series.
Yeah. Thank you, Dave. And if you all haven't already, subscribe to Switcher, head over to Shopify, get the Cartr app and link them and start selling. Like Dave said, it's very intuitive. So, and if you have any questions, please send us a message, support@switcherstudio.com. We can help you there. And also, we're going to be choosing the winner next week for the giveaway for the iOgrapher Cartr kit. You have until midnight Eastern time this evening to be a part of that. Just need to comment in the comment here. Anything else, Dave, before we say
good luck, everybody? Get out there. If you're a Shopify user or if you're just selling anything, I know there's other platforms, but trust me, I have tried them, and they've always led me back to Shopify. And then now the fact that Switcher, my favorite app, has working with Shopify together, it's like a no-brainer. And get out there, start building your list up, your email list, start building up your Facebook page, do little giveaways, do things to entice their audiences. In fact, I'm working on the ability to do. I like to do fun things during the stream, so I'm going to start doing some trivia questions.
Cool. I like that.
Where people can start playing and they'll get to win prizes. that they can use in the iOgrapher store. So we're excited to get all that rolling. It's funny because, like I said, I keep saying we, but it's really me doing everything. My wife won't do this with me. And anyway, but that's what solo entrepreneurship is like.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Solopreneurship,
Yeah, solopreneurship. Thank you. Awesome, you guys. Well, great to see you guys. And any questions you guys have out there, find me at iOgrapher. Any channel, you'll be hearing from me directly. So there you go.
Perfect.
Cool. Thank you so much, Dave. Asia, thank you. And we will talk to you all later on. Have a great rest of the day.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.